What's poppin', y'all? It's finally time we talk about Jackboys 2. I've been putting this off for a while. I actually took all my notes on when this dropped, like a couple of weeks ago, but there was some time in between me listening to it for the first and second time, so I wanted to rearrange everything for the second time. I like Jackboys 1, the original, a lot. I'm glad that Jackboys 2 happened. I feel like we thought that, hey, is Jackboys still going to be a thing? Because keep in mind, when Jackboys 1 happened, Don Toliver was at a completely different time in his career. Sheck Wes, I would say, is at a similar point in his career right now than he was Jackboys. He seemed to have just leveled out. We haven't seen much original, or not original, but we haven't seen much drops from Sheck Wes. He hasn't dropped an album in between that time or anything like that. SoFaygo is a new addition to Jackboys in between 1 and 2, and we didn't know if a 2 was coming out. There was the Utopia rollout, and getting everyone back together when they've got their own careers going is very difficult to do, but they managed to do that for Jackboys too. So I'm just going to go track by track and give you guys my thoughts on it. I think that's the easiest way, and then I'll give overall what I think of Jackboys 2. It is not the 9.5 that Kai Cenat gave it, though. I can tell you guys that much. So off rip, like we heard the first track, it's just the intro track, but Champagne and Vacate, I like the use of Waka Flocka on here and the flow, but Travis Scott's rapping really sucked here. And I like the Pusha T diss. It's the one where he's like clapping back, I'm pushing T's. And Don Toliver, really just listening to this song, Don Toliver has not missed all year. And the transition here to the next track, which they put out first with the music video, the 2000 Excursion, was really nice too. And I think this song fit Sheck Wes very, very well. Like, this was really in pocket for him. And Don Toliver showed out, but I would really say Travis Scott was quite disappointing on 2000 Excursion. Like, this wasn't really one of those Travis songs or verses where I'm like, okay, like this actually, sounds good. This is, or even tolerable. Well, it's tolerable here, but it's almost as if it just goes into the background. And then you've got Kick Out at number 4. Travis rapping about a bunch of nothing once again. The flows are okay though, and the beat selection, I like that, but it's really not something that I, as a Travis listener for like 12 years? Yeah, I would say at least 12 years now. No, 11, at least 11 is too fond of. And then we've got Dumbo. I really like this beat in the first part before the beat switch. I enjoyed the beat switch, but my God, bro, can you say something instead of just like top lining or mumbling throughout it for those couple of seconds with that transition? Regardless, I still like this song. It's enjoyable. And the part where he's like, you get wasted, just don't waste me, just don't waste mine. Like that melody that he hits on there, that's quite infectious. So I like Dumbo. Then we've got MM3. This song grew on me after the second listen. I'm glad SoFaygo here got himself a solo track on here. That was quite surprising considering we didn't even know in what capacity SoFaygo was even working with Jackboys 2 anymore. And then we've got Velour. This song is great. The synergy between all of the guys from the original Jackboys with the Sheck Wes ad-libs too. But I would say like the standout of this song to me was none other than Don Toliver. And then track 8, we got Contest. And this beat felt like it was tailored to SoFaygo. And he washed Travis Scott on here. Like, he really showed out. And even though Travis' voice on here on the hook, it didn't really like sound too right. But SoFaygo did his thing on here. And I think this was the performance that he needed. Maybe Travis Scott held back a little bit to have him do it. I wouldn't be surprised if this was already a SoFaygo song and Travis just came on with the verse and they decided to throw this on Jackboys. Track 9, ILMB, I Love My B. I listened to this prior. This was released by Sheck Wes, and then it got put on here. I thought it was going to be on Sheck Wes's upcoming album, but it got put on Jackboys. This was a solid song. It's like nothing great. It's not a great song, but it's cool. And then 10 is Where Was You? Travis really showed out on this song, man. And Playboi Carti felt a little bit lazy, but I enjoyed the instrument in the background. I don't even know what it's called. It's like some type of horn. Whatever they added on here, this song was good. This is making me think of Travis Scott and be like, okay, he's heating back up. Like in the beginning, he wasn't really doing too much, or he was rapping about a bunch of nothing, which he always does. But in the beginning, it wasn't even sounding like that great. And then track 11 is No Comments. This song is great. Don Toliver is showing out on this and a standout once again. Track 12, Beat Beat. This beat stinks. It's not it. Neither is Travis Scott's verse on this. There's too much going on in the instrumental throughout the track. Even the feature, Sababy, is trying to make it work, but I feel like he's held back by this beat. But I'm glad that Sababy, whatever the hell y'all call it, everyone tries to criticize the way I say it. Like, listen, I'm going to say it the way I say it, okay? If you don't like it, you don't like it. But this, I feel like him being on here is a big look because that's somebody that took a break from music, or at least putting out music, and then he came back with a great project. He came back with some really solid music, and him getting an opportunity to show himself here is great too. I just wish the song was a little bit better. At track 13, we got PBT. We got prepped for this at the end of the previous track with the Jamaican reference, and now we get singing, dance hall-esque, almost Afrobeat-esque type of music. But while I like the risk, to me, this is not good. The feature on here is great. You can really see the difference between Travis and this, and yeah, then there's Vybz Kartel. Track 14, Shine. This beat and song have like an epic start, and he just starts babbling random noises in the middle of the track before Glorilla comes in with an average verse by her, which doesn't hurt anything, and she fits right into this song. But other than that mindless babbling and drivel in that small portion, I like this song. We got Outside at 15, and this Travis Scott part of this song is just garbage. I don't know what he's trying to do on here, but it's not working, and this song is really not it as of now. Like, I like that he got Youngboy on here, and he's been on a run so far this year, even like massive dropping. But yeah, this Travis Scott did not do us any favors with this. 16, we got track 16, that's Can't Stop, another Future verse. I don't mind this song. This song's okay. It's not great, but it's nothing bad to say about it, really. And then you've got track 17, which is Florida Flow with Kodak Black. Y'all know how much I love Kodak Black on this side. With Florida Flow, I like that he adopted the Kodak Black flow. Y'all know how much I love Kodak Black. This song was great. I just think it dragged on a little bit too long. I'm not going to be too critical of it for that reason because it's the last track on here. I wasn't too fond of Travis Scott just ad-libbing on the beat for 45 to 55 seconds, and then it's slowly ending after that. I liked Kodak Black on here. The song overall was good. I would say, yeah, it's a little bit better than good. It's something that's calm. I would be listening to it again and again. In the midst of the release week, we got 2 extra songs. I think 3 extra songs. 2 that I was able to find. And that was The Wizard, which apparently had a snippet a long time ago that I never heard. They were saying it was at some Boston show. But no, 3 extra songs. There was Yeet and Sheck West, Tripout. There was Travis Scott, The Wizard. And there was Wally the Sensei and Luxury Tax 110 South. Luxury Tax, somebody that got signed recently. Or not recently, but he got signed within the past couple of years to Travis Scott's Jackboys. The Wizard is just magical. This is one of the best songs to release this year. I'm so happy that this dropped. This is really, you can really see the Scott Mescudi, Kid Cudi influence on here. That makes me sadder that the Scotts never released their full project. I just wonder what that would sound like. This was great. You're spaced out. This is one of those songs where you're like, yo, this is prime Travis right here. I just love this song. This is the best song on the entire project. And I don't know why it wasn't on the official project. And fans were kind of pushing him to release this, and he eventually did release it. Trip Out is also really, really good. I like how Sheck West got into a different bag, a different flow, a higher energy out of Sheck West than we are used to, not from his biggest hits, of course, but from a lot of the whispering type of easygoing flow that he would have on most of his songs. But we got a different type of energy and flow from Sheck West too, and I didn't think that he would blend this well with Yeet. And y'all already know I mess with Yeet. So this song was also great. These 2 songs are better than at least half of what was on Jackboys 2. And then if we get into the track with Wally the Sensei, Luxury Tax, I wasn't too excited to listen to that because I don't really know too much of either of these guys' catalog. But after listening to the song 110 South, it's a good song. I was surprised that I liked it. And I forgot that Luxury Tax was actually on Jackboys 1. That just reminded me when I heard his voice. I was like, wait, hold on, wait, what? Yeah, I think he was on Jackboys' song. Was it Gang Gang? Jackboys 1? I don't know if he got a full verse. I could look that up, but I'm a little bit too lazy to do that right now. But 110 South, this is a solid song. It's not great, but I don't mind it at all. Like overall for this project, I would say that it's not as good as Jackboys 1. Like let's say I gave Jackboys 1 an 8. I would give this a 6. I think giving something a 7 is just kind of gay. But yeah, I'd give this a 6. I don't really like rating stuff. I don't really rate albums, but I do think this was a little bit overhated. I think this is a solid project, solid collective. There are highlights on here. There are very, very few lowlights, and it's more fun. I don't think it should be judged as harshly as anything else. I'm just glad that we still got a collective in hip hop. I would like to see them pop out more. Like if they go on a tour together, that would be sick. Just that type of energy is something that we don't have anymore. And the last time it was anything close to that was like, what was it, like Brockhampton? But they weren't necessarily fully hip hop. They were kind of, or got pushed into this alternative type of deal. So I just think they're a little bit too judging on this project, and maybe they expected a lot more than what actually came of it. I don't know how long they've been working on this. I feel like this is something that got put together relatively quickly. Not that the music is any lower quality, but I think it's just Travis Scott's schedule is so hectic that they were like, okay, I've got a month or two to really lock in and focus on something. Let's get this Jackboys 2 done and then ship it out. But let me know what you guys thought about this, especially as time has passed. Have your favorite songs on here changed from when you first listened or what? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm going to see you on the next one.